big thank you to 11-Bit Studios and Inverge Studios for providing a key to Creatures of Ava. Ava is affected by a life-consuming infection that is taking over the planet. As you explore the planet, you will tame infected creatures and meet the local residents, the Naam. In Creatures of Ava, you explore colorful ecosystems and let your empathy guide you in this exciting action-adventure creature saver. Creatures of Ava is available now on PC, Xbox Series XS, and Game Pass. Creatures of Ava has absolutely blown me away. I love this game so much, and I love its story. It was very touching to me and something I could relate to for sure. Definitely had me feeling very emotional at times. From lovable characters that you meet amongst the locals who are the Naam, to the amazing, adorable creatures that you can come across along your journey. I love it. I just love it. This game has touched me so much, like I said. Honestly, most likely gonna be in my top games of 2024. I won't go into any spoilers for the main story, which means I will only show clips from the first two kind of biomes or ecosystems in the game. So, you know, you're not going to see too much, you're not going to get spoiled, and I'm not going to reference every single thing. I'm just going to give you the basics of how the game played and how I enjoyed it. I've never felt that the game's difficulty was too much. I always knew where I needed to go thanks to the map. It was very easy to kind of understand, and there's always a big yellow indicator on any quest that you decide to track, whether it's a main quest or a secondary quest, and then you're able to go to that quest and know where you're supposed to go on your map and in your mini map. Sometimes I did find I had to open my map a lot more than I probably would have liked to, but it's okay. Either way, I knew where I was supposed to go. Opening the map, you could make sure you're on the right path, so I always knew the direction I needed to go and would eventually find my point of interest, especially because as you get closer to that point of interest, whether it's a person, place, or a creature, you will see like the yellow icon basically pop up in real time without looking at your map. You'll just see it in the world, and then you know you're close enough, you're gonna get there. There are lots of puzzles in this game, both platforming and a couple of other puzzles, kind of like image puzzles. I can't show you those puzzles. The image ones are tied to the main story, so I'm not going to show those. They weren't too difficult though. Obviously the difficulty is supposed to go up a little bit, but it was never something I got stuck on for a long time. It was something I could kind of piece together pretty quickly and pretty smoothly, so that was really nice. As for the platforming puzzles, I didn't find those to be too difficult either. There are sometimes multiple ways to get up to somewhere that you need to go. Not always, but sometimes I realized, oh, I could have gone this way instead or done it this way. So there's lots of points to get to where you need to go. There are also little white indicators above points of interest, especially when you need to platform to get to something. For example, the infection, it is called the withering, and sometimes you'll have to go and deal with it and remove it in certain areas so that you can get to, you know, the other side of a place. Those often will have a little upside down white triangle kind of just above it, and you can see it through walls and stuff, so you kind of know, oh, I need to get up there to clear something, and it's a point of interest. It also happens, I believe, sometimes above the creatures as well. When they're infected, you'll kind of know where they are. I mean, you'll hear them, of course. You will hear the animals and you'll know they're around or behind something. But that was definitely helpful when platforming to get up certain structures or in certain, especially like jungle areas, like stuff like that. Like, it was really nice to have that, so I knew, oh, hey, there's something up there. And I should probably head up that way. Speaking of removing the withering, you are given an ancient artifact. I'm not going to get into it too much, but you basically use this artifact the entire game to get rid of the withering on whether it's a creature or it's, again, the withering's blocking your path in some way. And this is something that stays with you the whole story. It's a part of the main story, so we're not going to get into that part, but you can upgrade it in a skill tree, and it can give it different skills to help you to clear the withering in the ways that you can with it better and keep upgrading it. So that is something that is really cool, and I definitely focused on upgrading it because I found it was much easier, because some of these creatures are angry. I mean, when I'm sick, I'm not happy, and when they're infected, they are not happy, and they got more teeth than me, so they're for sure gonna bite. So definitely upgrade your artifact. The art style and ecosystems designs are absolutely gorgeous in the game. I love the use of colors in these ecosystems, and honestly with just every single character and everything. All of the Naam also have unique and different designs as well as the creatures, and this all plays into their individuality, especially with the Naam. They're all very different from each other. They all have very different personalities, and I think that really came through in their design. I just really enjoyed walking through these places. The maps are very large, so I definitely recommend, the areas are very large, so I definitely recommend taking your time, because it can be overwhelming sometimes just walking in and you're like, there's just so much everywhere. Take your time, especially because there's a lot of little areas that you can miss walking through, where you can find, little medications, or you can find upgrades and stuff. So definitely take your time when traversing through these areas, and just take your time to enjoy them. Often I just stood there and was like, this is gorgeous, and just taking it all in. And it was just so nice. It took me about 12 hours to complete this game, because I definitely took my time. I completed all side quests. I got quite a few trophies, or achievements, not trophies, achievements, because I just took my time and was just really thorough in going through all these places, because I honestly had so much fun playing this game that I just wanted to sit and enjoy it. Like, I actually finished it in 2 days, which is quick, but it was like 2 6-hour sessions. Like, I just couldn't stop playing the game. I also found that by taking my time and collecting everything that I could, the side quests never had me running from one end to the other of the map. I wasn't like backtracking a lot. The way I played was just, if I was in an area and I saw there was a side quest, I just stopped doing the main quest and just went to go see what that side quest was, and went and did it. There's not too many to the point where I think you'd be overwhelmed if you were to just start taking all of them, like it might be, but I never felt too overwhelmed with the amount of side quests. I know sometimes that can be quite overwhelming. There was maybe, maximum I ever had was maybe 5 at once, but some of them were like going to take longer anyway while you explore the map, so it wasn't super stressful. Some games you take a side quest and 2 hours later you come back to the main story. It didn't do that at all. Very well paced, and just collecting everything you can in each ecosystem and just taking your time, it really helped it go smoothly with me, and just a very good pacing with the side quest and main quest in tandem. I never felt like I was just running back and forth for no reason. And plus, there's a lot of fast travel points, which you can fast travel from anywhere on the map. It's iconic. And all the creatures as well are pettable. You can pet all of the creatures, which is awesome, because we need to be petting them. They're so cute. So I pet every single one. I interacted with them. I mean, honestly, most of that 12 hours was petting them. I'm not petting creatures. I'm not gonna lie. I was just petting things. Music is a huge part of this game. It's how you tame actually a lot of the creatures. So after you help them with the withering, you can tame them by playing a song back to them that they play to you. It's just like a couple notes. It's a quick memory game. You can fail this game as many times as you want, and it's not gonna like time out and then you can't catch this creature, it runs away or something. You can just keep doing it as many times, which for me was good, because I don't remember things all the time, so that was good for me. There were some of them I had to do a couple times just because I'm not good at remembering, but I wouldn't say they were super long or overly difficult. I think the maximum number of notes I did was probably about maybe six, and you can just watch it over and over. Like, the animal will keep doing it, being like, hello, are you good? There's like question marks, and then it just keeps playing it until you repeat it back. And it's like, oh, hey, bestie, and then you're friends, and you can pet them, and they actually can help you traverse through the world and the map. A human cannot run around Ava by themselves. It is not human friendly, so you definitely need some help from your lovely creature friends, and they will help you and aid you in many different ways, having many different ways they can traverse, many different things they can do to help you that others may not. So you got to look around for what creatures are in the area and who might be able to help you get around or get to certain secret areas. Because this game is available on Steam, and that's actually how I primarily played it, you can also play it on SteamDeck. So I did try that, and a huge shout out to SteamDeck Gaming on YouTube. They make a lot of videos showcasing the best settings for games on a Steam Deck, and I actually went to their channel because I was having some issues with my settings. I couldn't change the graphic settings for some reason. I opened up the game and I couldn't change any of the graphic settings, so I went to go see what they did, because I saw that on X or Twitter that they gave it a really good review on Steam Deck, that it was working well. So I was kind of confused because it was hardly running. When I went over to their channel, they actually said that the game, when it automatically starts, doesn't have all of the graphic settings available. It kind of auto does them, but they're wrong. They're not, it doesn't work. So you have to go into the launch options and put this command, which is now on screen, and you also, I will put it in the description so you can also have it there. And then you just go to where I'm showing you on the screen right now. I'm probably showing you on the Steam Deck. You just go into the launch settings and you basically put this command in. It will launch differently, but when it launches, you basically now will have options for all the graphic settings. These are the graphic settings that I used. think they're the same as the ones on SteamDeck Gaming, but I definitely recommend going to check out their video. I might have changed something. I don't know why I would do that, but sometimes I do that. So definitely check out their video, but I ran them, I believe it was medium to low settings, which is what they had recommended, and it ran really well. On to the performance issues. There was some performance issues I noticed on PC. Again, I said I played through Steam pretty much the entire playthrough, like maybe there was 2 hours I played on the Steam Deck, but I noticed this on both Steam Deck and my PC. There was some stuttering issues, like sometimes I would jump, especially when I would run, and I noticed this was way worse towards the end of the game. I don't know if it was it was the third area, which you're not going to see, but it's very dense. And it was just kind of between the second and third area. It was getting worse and worse and worse. In the third area, it was very bad. I was noticing it a lot. And it was actually causing me to, you know, jump. And then it would like kind of freeze for a hot second. And then I would fall into something and I'd be like, oh, like I couldn't even see how I was making that jump. So that happened a couple times. And it was quite frustrating when it happened. Hopefully, you know, more people can bring that up. If they're experiencing it, again, it could just be me. I turned my settings down. I thought maybe it was trying to render too much at once, and it didn't really help it. It just kept doing it, and it was also doing it on Steam Deck. So I'm not sure what that is, but I was getting that. I don't know. Maybe it's just my devices. But that was the only thing I really noticed, other than once the game just didn't recognize, like it kind of froze, and I had to turn it off, and that just happened once. I don't know if it happened because something opened on my computer. It was so random and it never happened again. I don't know what it was. Could have been my controller disconnected because I did play with a controller primarily. I don't know. I don't know what that was, but I want to let you know because it happened to me, and if it happens to you, it also happened to me. I don't know, but it didn't really detract from my gameplay except for this like 20-minute span where it happened a lot in the third area and I was getting frustrated, but other than that, it was fine. Overall, I really, really enjoyed this game and really, really love it. There is some amazing design and storytelling in this game. I really enjoyed it. Now, not everyone, you know, might like the story, but for me, it just really hit home and I just really appreciate it. And I really love the world of Ava. I love the planet of Ava. It's so beautiful, and it was just so nice to get so engrossed in it. Like, I really felt like I've been there for a few days. Like, I'm back on Earth now, and I'm like, what's going on? Like, where am I? And the characters are so great. You play as Vic, and you learn a bit about Vic and their backstory, and it's just so good, you know. From the opening to the end, I was definitely captivated the whole time. And again, I played it like in 2 days. Like, your girl sat and couch potatoed. Okay, I also wanted to get the review out, but I wasn't gonna finish the game before the review. I'm not gonna lie, because I thought I wouldn't have time. And your girl said, nah, I'm gonna make time. I'm gonna play this whole game because it's so fun. And I'm really glad I did get to play the whole game before I put the review up. So I know this isn't a day the reviews usually go up. It's an odd one. Usually I do Thursday, Friday. This might be up Sunday, Monday. Probably, I'm not gonna lie, it's probably gonna be up Monday. But I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it is informative. And I really hope you know, if this looks like interesting to you, an open world, you know, creature saving kind of game, definitely check it out, especially if you have Game Pass. Why wouldn't you check it out? I definitely loved it, and I cannot recommend it enough. I really, really enjoyed it, and I think a lot of you guys in my community are going to enjoy it as well. Again, a huge thank you to 11-Bit Studios and Inverge Studios for a key to this game. I was so excited when I got the email being like, hey, want to check it out? I was so excited, and I'm so happy I got to try this game. It is so good. I appreciate you. It's because of all of you that I get really awesome opportunities like this. So be sure to like the video if you want to see more, and subscribe because we got a lot of cool stuff coming up, especially some really cool streams, which are already up on the homepage. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to stay safe, hug your loved ones. I'll see you all next time. Bye.